Hello everyone and welcome to the Gold and Silver Club Commodities Corner presented by myself, Phil Carr and Nick Cowsley at the Gold and Silver Club. Today's live session will be covering a review of the commodities markets this week. We'll look at our top trades of the week. We'll cover live technical analysis and trading. We shall be identifying highly profitable trade setups. We'll also look at the week ahead, so key events looking forward, and we'll also be answering any questions you may have on today's session. So, gold this week. Well, gold has held steady on weaker than expected economic data. Gold prices held steady on Friday after trading near one-month highs on Thursday following disappointing US economic data and concerns over growth in the Eurozone countries. Gold prices strengthened on Thursday as the US Labor Department reported the number of individuals filing for initial jobless benefits in the week ending August the 9th increased by 21,000 to 311,000 from the previous week's total of 290,000. Prices of the precious metal were also lifted following a release of unimpressive US retail sales figures, which pointed to a slight deceleration from the pace of retail spending reported in the previous month. The disappointing data prompted traders to trim bets the Federal Reserve will begin raising rates in the first half of next year, driving capital out of the US dollar and into gold. Elsewhere, concerns over economic growth in the Eurozone also supported demand for gold as a safe haven after data on Thursday showed the bloc's economy failed to grow in the second quarter of the year. GDP in Germany and France, the two largest EU countries, was disappointing. Meanwhile, the EU Consumer Price Index fell 0.7% in July from June, whilst the CPI report added to ongoing worries regarding price deflation in the EU. This was on the back of reports earlier in the week indicating that Italy's economy slipped back into recession during the first part of 2014. Gold is often seen as a safe haven in times of economic uncertainty. Should the situation in the Eurozone continue to raise concerns, gold could be one of the biggest beneficiaries in the short term. We'll take a look at the technicals for gold very shortly. Before we do so, I'm Phil Carr, professional trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world, so gold, silver, oil, natural gas, agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio, and I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies that have a proven track record of generating returns for traders. Also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Cowsley, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top-tier hedge funds and investment banks. Through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications who've appeared frequently on financial television. Right, so we'll just take a look at the price of gold at the moment. Currently trading here at $1,312 US per ounce. So we'll take a look at that very shortly on the technicals. Before we do so, we'll take a look at the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies. So first of all, this week we had a lovely sell-off just yesterday actually on Brent crude oil for a full trade for the price to be lower. We had a nice entry there at 104.15 as we broke through a nice key level of support. Also a nice trend channel there, providing some resistance. And we'll take a look at that on the charts. We've had quite a strong sell-off in Brent and WTI over the last 24 hours. We also had a lovely sell short opportunity this week on wheat. Wheat came down from a nice inverse hammer there. You can see we broke down quite nicely here on wheat for the price to be lower, selling at an entry of 542 for the price to be lower. And we also had a lovely trade opportunity on natural gas yesterday for a breakout trade on or just prior to the natural gas storage inventories, which gave us a really nice strong move to the upside, just buying here, entry at 3.845. So we've had some decent setups this week, particularly on the energies here. So we'll go over now and just take a look at the technicals. We'll be using the rise and fall type of trades on binary.com. So if you select rises, you win the payout. If the market exit price is strictly higher, than the entry price. If you select falls, you win the payout. If the market exit price is strictly lower than the entry price. So we'll just go over to live technicals now, and we'll take a look at some of the setups which are starting to line up this afternoon. So bear with me as I just flip my screens across here. That Palladium has had a fantastic move. You can see we've got a very strong upward trending channel on Palladium, which has really been in play here since mid-March. You can see a nice strong upward trending channel. We're actually just coming up to a very key resistance zone on Palladium at the moment. Now, the reason this is good to look at is, one, we can trade it via the metals index, so we can get overall exposure to the metals. And also Palladium, if we do see a breakout to the upside, it's likely to give some pressure and upward pressure on the metals, particularly platinum, and also should follow through to gold and silver here if we were to get a breakout. You can see here, third test of a major resistance level at the 887 level. We could really be due quite a nice breakout here. We've got a V-shaped reversal pattern starting to form here as well. So I think if we can break through the third test of this key resistance zone, if we can get a break above 887, we should get a really decent momentum here and a breakout to the upside on Palladium. So one to definitely watch for correlations here. If we just take a look at the gold market at the moment, gold is just continuing to consolidate. We are moving just up and down within this trend channel at the moment. Now, we are slowly building a nice base here with gold. If you just take a look at this chart I've got at the moment, you can see the little trend channel starting to form here, getting tighter and tighter pressure. I'm looking at taking another position long here for gold at the moment for going into the close today. So we'll take a look at that, and we'll have a look at what payouts are available on gold right now. So it's a rise trade that we'll be looking at, just very simply price starting from now, the trade starting from now. We go out, see how many hours we can get out here. Okay, perfect. 8 hours. Okay, good. Let me just go through this setup again here. So what we've got here is overall, you can see we've had some nice breakouts on gold, certainly really over the last month or so, particularly from the beginning of August. So when we had non-farm payroll, then had the FOMC announcement, we've just seen a nice little upward trending channel starting to develop here. Seasonality-wise, it is a bullish time of year here for gold as well. So we're looking to really take advantage of more upside. You can see this little trend channel starting to develop. Ideally, we also want to break above 1319 and the 1322 zone here to get a decent breakout to the upside. We've got 1322 providing some resistance just above 1324. If we can really clear, I would say between the 1319 to 1325 zone, if we can clear that, we should really get a decent breakout here. But I do like this little consolidation. We're getting a better price to enter into the trade. I'm looking just for a buy trade for the price to close higher by the end of today. So very simply, 88% payout. The deposit on that is $1,598 for a $3,000 payout. Okay, so that trade has been taken for gold to be higher by the end of today. We'll also take a look at some of the other energies here as well. Natural gas, we had a nice breakout to the upside on natural gas yesterday, just prior to inventories here. We've got a lovely move, lovely breakout. We're actually coming up to the upper end of a resistance channel. We've got a trend channel here as well. So we've got a pennant forming at the moment on natural gas. We are coming back down to test the lower end of this pennant. Then I'm going to be looking to see if we've got another buy opportunity, whether we break lower here or whether we bounce up again and then we get a breakout to the upside. So natural gas for me, definitely one to watch today. In fact, having a look at the energies here, I believe we're just starting to get a breakout. In fact, we are just starting to get a breakout. We've been watching this morning. Okay, good. This is on light sweet crude oil, so WTI oil. Be looking to see whether we get a breakout to the upside or whether the market would sell off and continue to break lower. So what we'll do here, we're going to go for sectors. We had a big sell-off over the last 24 hours, a bit overextended, probably due a nice little retracement here. I'll go over to the energy sector. I'm looking at the crude index. I'll go out 3 or 4 hours. Let's see if we can get out 4 hours. Yep, perfect. Okay, good. So let me show you what I'm looking at here. I'm looking to just take, you can see this little consolidation zone that we've had with this big sell-off here. You can see very large sell-off that we've had in WTI crude oil over the last 24 hours. We're a bit overextended here. We're due a little bit of a bounce. I would expect to bounce and come back up to the previous support here, which broke. So you've got support zone around 96.95 and also around 96.51, which would give us where we are at the moment, about a 100-point move. And you can see whenever the market consolidates like this, once it starts to break out of this consolidation, we normally get a nice breakout move. So you can see little consolidation here that we've had, and now we're starting to break out. So I'm happy to take that trade for a little breakout here in oil, and I'll be expecting a retracement back up, certainly back up to around the 96.51 level to get a move like this. And then possibly we will continue to sell off again, back to the downside again, but I'm looking for a nice little breakout at the moment in the short term over the next 4 hours, and then possibly just coming back down within the overall downward trending channel. Okay, so we are ready to take the contract now. So there's an 81% payout on this. The deposit $1,653 for a $3,000 payout. Okay, and we'll take that now. Okay, perfect. That has been done. Right, the next market we'll take a look at here as well is going to be Brent crude oil. Brent, you can actually see, has also broken through the lower end of the trend channel here. So we've broken through the 104 level. This was a major support zone. So last week we were actually taking a look at this trend channel. You've got a major support zone from the 104 level going up to the 112 level. Very strong consolidation zone here on Brent. We've actually broke through that yesterday. We'll just take a look at this on the daily as well and see whether we're due any retracements here for Brent as well. Yeah, very similar situation actually in WTI and Brent, but a nice little consolidation forming at the moment, and very simply I'd look for a breakout, either a breakdown. We haven't broken out like we have on WTI on Brent, but I'm looking either for a breakdown here in price, a break below the 101.89 level, or a break up above the 102.81 level. So we don't quite have a trade which is ready yet, but what you want to do is keep an eye on Brent. If it breaks out to the upside, you can buy for a quick day trade, and if it breaks down below the 101.89 level, you can sell for a quick day trade as well. So again, this is what we'll be looking for: breakout to the upside for a long, or a breakout to the downside for a sell short. So at the moment, the light sweet crude oil has triggered for a breakout to the upside. So this is the first one to trigger. So we're looking for a nice move to the upside. Moving across to also just some of the other complementing factors we want to have a look at today. We'll have a look at the US dollar index. Looking a little bit bearish so far today, the US dollar index. If this sells off, this provides more support to the gold market. So if we do get a nice sell-off today on the US dollar, again, we're just consolidating between support and resistance here on the US dollar index. You can see resistance is at the 81.76 level and support is at the 81.07 level. It's having a hard time to break through this resistance zone at the moment. Just take a look at the weekly here. You can see a couple of inverse hammers starting to develop here. The weekly, rather quite an important zone here of resistance. So I would be looking for, particularly this time of year, we do tend to get, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see this retracement. So if we will come back to this chart in about 2 or 3 weeks' time to just see the market has sold off and it's come back down to around the 79 zone, and we've had a strong move on the metals. So at the moment, we're not quite ready yet to sell short the US dollar index, but if it does break through the 81.30 level, what you can take is additional long positions here on gold. Also taking a look at silver. Silver remaining in this downward trending channel at the moment. I mean, essentially the best way to be trading this at the moment is every time we come up to the upper end of that resistance channel, sell short again into silver. It is also being supported here at the 1968 level, also consolidation here on silver. You can see the 2016 level providing resistance and 1968 providing support. Again, looking for really a breakout. You've got three ways to trade this. You've either got a breakout for a sell short, a breakout for a long, or you sell short every time the market comes back up to this resistance channel. You just sell and look for the market to head lower here, okay? But right now, not really ready for a silver position at the moment, but if we get a break of either of these trend channels here, that will give us a buying or selling opportunity. Coffee, definitely one to watch as well. Coffee, you can see the market, it's a little bit muted this week on the softs. We have got a nice pennant which is formed on coffee actually at the moment. You can just draw in a trend channel of support, trend channel of resistance. You can see very clearly previous resistance has now become support. And we're looking for a breakout now. Formed a doji on the markets yesterday. Again, if we get a breakout lower here, particularly if we can take out the 178 zone, we should get a nice sell-off. And if we get a breakout to the upside here, we could really be due a nice breakout and a nice buy opportunity. So coffee, keep an eye on coffee as well. It's not quite ready yet, but we're expecting a nice breakout on this as well. Looking at copper at the moment, copper looks quite interesting. You can see we've come down right down to the lower end of the trend channel here. So this could be certainly an event area. We will either break lower from this trend channel or we will reverse and have a buy opportunity to really take copper back up for some surges to the upside and back within this upward trending channel that we've been in since about mid-March here. So very interested to see if copper holds on to this trend channel today or whether it does break lower. So it's not quite ready for a trade yet. I suspect by next week we'll have some nice opportunities, particularly if this trend channel does hold around the current levels. Also just taking a look at corn and wheat here. Corn is actually, we've been in quite a strong consolidation here on corn. You can see we've got very clear resistance around the 363 zone and we've got support around the 347 zone. And we just continue to consolidate sideways at the moment. Corn really needs to either break down lower or get a breakout to the upside. If you look at typical seasonality on corn, normally it does just consolidate over the month of August. It's not that active over the month of August. We've had some lovely opportunities to sell short within this overall downward trend since May. But at the moment, we're just consolidating sideways. There's not been any breakouts yet. So we're keeping an eye on that to see if we'll break out to the upside or whether we will break support here on corn. Wheat, we've had some nice sell short opportunities this week. You can see, again, not the reduced volatility yesterday and today so far. Again, nice V-shaped reversal pattern that we've had here on the wheat market. We've had a couple of sell short opportunities this week, but at the moment, we'll be waiting for the next trade setup on wheat. I really think energies are going to be in play at the moment. You can see certainly we've always started to get a bit of a breakout here on the light sweet crude oil, so do keep an eye on that. You can see we've got a little bit of a break above that consolidation. Big sell-off yesterday, so I would definitely keep an eye on the energies. In fact, natural gas you want to keep an eye on as well, because natural gas, if you just break it down into some tighter time frames here, we can see a little bit of a hammer, a little bit of support starting to develop here. We did have a lovely breakout to the upside on yesterday's natural gas storage inventories. We come up to the upper end of this trend channel and we could be due either a test of this support line or if we get some nice confirmation for a long here, we could get a nice move back up. It's a little bit overextended on the day here. Gold, of course, we do like that. Palladium as well, but gold we like for a buy at the moment. It's come back down to a nice buy zone around the 13.11 mark. So gold's a buy. We'll be looking at possibly Brent if that can break out above 102.81 for a buy. WTI is definitely a buy at the moment, and we're waiting for further confirmation on the softs here and also coffee as well. Okay, so let's have a look at the major news announcements as we come into the week ahead. I'll just double check. If you've got any questions at all, do post those at the moment. We can go through those at the very end if you've got any questions. Otherwise, we'll go on to the major news announcements, which will affect the commodities markets over the coming week. Okay, so the key events to look at the week ahead is going to be Monday, the 18th of August. We have the National Association of Home Builders House Market Index rates the relative level of current and future single-family home sales. A reading above 50 indicates a positive outlook on home sales, whilst below indicates a negative outlook. That's at 3 p.m. BST on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Tuesday, the 19th of August at 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US core CPI. The core consumer price index measures the change in the price of goods and services, excluding food and energy. The CPI measures price change from the perspective of the consumer. It is a key way to measure changes in purchasing trends and inflation. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Then Wednesday, the 20th of August at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US crude oil inventories. That data reports a number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in their inventory. Commercial firms report those inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. And then next Thursday, 21st of August at 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US initial jobless claims. That data measures a number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. It is the earliest US economic data. Week-to-week numbers can be volatile. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish, which will inversely affect, of course, gold and silver. Thursday, the 21st of August at 3 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index. So the Philadelphia Federal Reserve Manufacturing Index rates the relative level of general business conditions in Philadelphia. Definitely has a big impact on gold, silver, and the US dollar. A level above 0 on the index indicates improving conditions, below indicates worsening conditions. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And then Thursday, the 21st of August at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:38 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US Natural Gas Storage Report. The Energy Information Administration, the EIA, Natural Gas Storage Report measures the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. So a higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for natural gas prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish, and that also has a significant impact on natural gas trades, very day tradable announcement every single week. So those are the major news announcements we need to keep an eye on. Of course, if you'd like to find out more about the Gold and Silver Club upcoming training courses that we have in August and September, you can find out more either at our Hong Kong, or Budapest, or Johannesburg, New York, or London office. I'll leave the numbers on the screen for you very shortly. You can find out more about the Gold and Silver Club live trading room, about our daily trade calls. You can very simply just go to www.jointhegoldandsilverclub.com, and you can find out more about that and organize a call so we can talk through our packages with you. And also make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. You can just go to thegoldandsilverclub.com. You'll receive free weekly reports on precious metals, energies, agriculture, live market analysis, and prices. Okay, so that is it for today's session, everyone. So I wish you good luck for the rest of the day's trading. We'll catch you on the next session on Tuesday next week. And for those who get in touch, I'll leave the numbers on the screen for you there as well. Okay, have a great weekend, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.